Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. My name is Chris Guthrie. I am the Dean of Vanderbilt Law School. On behalf of the law school, I am honored to welcome our faculty, our staff, and especially our graduates and their guests to our commencement celebration. This is a joyous occasion. Today, we celebrate you. We celebrate your graduation from one of the nation's finest law schools, and we celebrate your entry into the legal profession. You have earned this celebration, especially this class. But you owe a debt of gratitude to those who have helped make it possible for you to be in these seats on this day. For extraordinary teaching, mentoring, scholarship, and service, will you please join me in thanking our truly incomparable faculty. For the many ways in which they have shaped your law school experience, will you please join me in thanking our devoted staff. And finally, and most importantly, you are here today because of the support you have received from parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, significant others, children, friends, and other family members. Will you please join me in recognizing them? You entered the law school with astonishing academic credentials and backgrounds. We are so very grateful that you have chosen to study with us. During your time with us, you've grown in truly profound ways that you do not yet fully appreciate. During your time here, you have developed and sharpened a set of skills that will distinguish you from those without legal training. Your Vanderbilt legal education has taught you how to think in an analytical and ordered way, introduced you to legal vocabulary, doctrine, and institutions, emphasized the importance of using facts to make arguments, help you develop the capacity to speak in a clear, concise, and authoritative manner, honed your writing skills to enable you to explain and persuade in writing in a way few others can, enhanced your ability to anticipate, understand, respect, and challenge the perspectives of others, endowed you with keen insight into how to manage and design dispute resolution processes, provided you with a methodology for solving problems, both legal and non-legal, and prepared you to lead. And as a lawyer, you are likely to lead. Lawyers make up only 0.2% of the population, but lawyers account for half of all American presidents, half of all sitting governors, and more than 20% of C-suite executives in Fortune 50 companies. By the way, you are welcome to take a seat. I don't think I've ever had to give that instruction before. This is a very compliant group. Under the ethical rules governing our profession, you are charged with using these formidable skills not only to represent clients, but also to serve and safeguard our society. You have the latitude to interpret this in societal obligation as you deem appropriate, but I implore you to use your skills to address the polarization that plagues us. Our house is divided, and you have the talents and training to help unite us. How? I urge you to cultivate two mindsets. First, be curious and learn from those with whom you disagree. If you are like me, you probably hold some deeply held beliefs on contested matters of public policy. In some cases, you may feel so strongly about your core beliefs that you don't feel you have any choice but to hold the positions you hold. Some of your views may feel like they are genetically programmed rather than a matter of choice. This feeling means that when you encounter someone who disagrees with you over a core value or belief, you instinctively feel a bit baffled. How, you wonder, could that person possibly believe X when you believe not X? In this moment, I urge you to resist the almost irresistible temptation to dismiss the other person as naive or wrong-headed or uncaring or stupid. Instead of reflexively dismissing the other person as somehow lesser than you, use this moment as an opportunity to cultivate your curiosity, to inquire for understanding, to listen attentively, and to learn. You just might be surprised. Second, I urge you to assume the best until proven otherwise and to aspire to give others the benefit of the doubt. Most people, most of the time, mean well. Most people, most of the time. Not everyone all the time. When you engage with someone who disagrees with you or who gives voice to a view you find hurtful, I urge you to give that person the benefit of the doubt. Before leaping to conclusions about what you have heard, after all, you might have misheard, and before drawing negative inferences about the intentions behind it, pause and remember views you once held that you now reject. Remember those times when you have said something inartful that you have come to regret. Remember those times when you thought you were saying one thing, but you learned that your listener heard something entirely different. And remember that just as others don't know how your private struggles might be affecting you, you don't know how theirs might be affecting them. Instead of assuming the worst about that person, try to assume the best and be open to second chances and the possibility of forgiveness and even mercy. You leave here with the credentials, talent, and training to do anything. We look forward to cheering you on and to celebrating your many successes, and we are counting on you to lead all of us to a brighter place. Thank you and congratulations. Every year, the law school invites the graduating students to select their commencement speaker from among eligible Vanderbilt Law School faculty. I am delighted that your class has selected Dan Sharfstein to deliver this year's commencement address. Professor Sharfstein is the Dick and Martha Lansden Chair in Law, Professor of History, and co-director of the George Barrett Social Justice Program. A summa cum laude graduate of Harvard with a JD from Yale Law School, Professor Sharfstein is one of the nation's leading legal historians. He has published scholarly articles in our discipline's top journals, and he won the Association of American Law Schools Scholarly Paper Competition for his 2011 article, Atrocity, Entitlement, and Personhood in Property. His first book, The Invisible Line, won the J. Anthony Lucas Book Prize for Excellence in Nonfiction, the Law and Society Association's James Willard Hurst Jr. Prize for Socio-Legal History, the William Nelson Cromwell Book Prize from the American Society for Legal History, and the Chancellor's Award for Research at Vanderbilt. He received a prestigious Guggenheim Fellowship to research and write his second book, Thunder in the Mountains, which was a Southern Book Award finalist as well as a Montana Book Award honor book. Professor Sharfstein teaches property, American legal history, federal Indian law, and various seminars, and he has received multiple Hall-Hartman Outstanding Professor Awards. Will you please join me in welcoming your commencement speaker, Professor Dan Sharfstein.
Thank you, Dean Guthrie, and thank you, class of 2023. This is a singular honor for me You are a very special class in the history of Vanderbilt Law School, our 100% start-to-finish pandemic class. I taught a third of the JD students in property law in the first semester of your first year, with everyone masked and seated 6 feet apart. Some of you in my section may not recognize me, so in case it rings any bells, I was the guy way at the front of Flynn Auditorium, free associating about easements through a surgical blue duckbill N95 mask. To honor the extraordinary achievement of our JDs and LLMs and JD PhDs, I was determined to approach this speech with a nod to the history we made together, but I wanted to keep the future firmly in view. So I sat at my computer, put on a mask for old time's sake, downloaded the latest version of Microsoft Edge, and found my way to an AI chatbot. I asked it, could you help me write jokes for a Vanderbilt Law School commencement address from the perspective of Daniel Sharfstein? In a few seconds, I had a full page of unnervingly dark jokes, each punctuated at the end with a laughing, crying, Edward Munch scream emoji. So I shut my laptop and started thinking about what it must have meant to show up at Vanderbilt in the dog days of August 2020. The pandemic was less than 6 months old. We were done with Purelling our groceries, but pre-vaccines. The presidential race was curdling into something really ugly, with so much that was still scary. Many of your peers were withdrawing from the world and fully investing in self-care. Scented candles flickering, Pokemon cards fanned out over all usable surfaces, the Tiger King queued up for a binge watch. You, by contrast, opted to fill your days with less comforting things. Eerie doctrine, proximate causation, the canons of statutory construction, the rule against perpetuities. Going to law school is often described as risk-averse, but your choice was different. At the start of fall term 2020, it was impossible to know what the world would have in store for lawyers 3 years later. It was okay to wonder, was our economic system at risk? Would work ever be the same? Was the peaceful transfer of power, our system of democracy, at risk? Was the administrative state at risk? 3 weeks before the start of term, Ruth Bader Ginsburg announced that her cancer had recurred. What would happen to the court? All summer long, after the murder of George Floyd, we had experienced a season of national reckoning about police impunity and structural racism and inequality. Brought lots of different people together, but the possibilities for systemic change were always shadowed by countervailing politics. At this fluid moment, it was entirely unclear what role lawyers would play. Could the law present solutions to deeply entrenched societal woes, or was it part of the problem? Your decision to start your legal education was a brave and even defiant thing to do. You were determined to be law students, to create a community, and to insist upon having a voice in this world that was rapidly remaking itself. I will always be grateful for the energy and intensity and enthusiasm and goodwill that you brought to the building. The law school had been closed for months, our community had been scattered, and that's not just a physical or geographical thing. You brought us together again. You clarified our collective mission. Day after day, you inspired us with your idealism and drive. I'm not going to spend this morning dispensing advice. You've been on the receiving end of constant advice over these last months and years. Some of it had a limited shelf life, right? When you're wearing a mask, why not put people at ease by smiling with your eyes? And some of it has stood the test of time. On video calls, lighting is destiny. Seriously, though, what advice could I give you about being resilient? You've soldiered on through Delta, through Omicron, through January 6th, through Zoom externships, through the Taylor Swift ticket sales fiasco. And here we are in 2023. The COVID emergency ended yesterday, but a lot remains up for grabs. There's so much conflict over the rights and values that animate and constitute our nation. What place do young lawyers have in an uncertain world? Vanderbilt has been around long enough that we have some examples to draw from. This year is our 150th anniversary. As part of the sesquicentennial, I've been working with a group of law students and librarians on a project commemorating 12 Cherokee and Chickasaw students who attended Vanderbilt in the 1880s and 1890s. We have an exhibit right now up on the main floor of the Central Library. You can go and visit. The students all came from what at the time was called Indian Territory, now in Oklahoma. Their parents and grandparents had been compelled to move there from the southeastern United States pursuant to the federal policy of Indian removal in the 1830s. Within living memory of Indian removal, these 12 students traveled the Trail of Tears in reverse to attend a university that had been built on their ancestral lands. At Vanderbilt, they studied all kinds of things: classical languages, divinity, engineering. 8 of the 12 studied law. When they returned home, they found a changing world. The Cherokee and Chickasaw nations had been guaranteed large reservations, but in 1887, Congress ordered tribal lands broken up into small plots and allotted to individuals, with all the surplus land, about 2/3 of reservation acreage nationally, auctioned off to outside settlers. It was the beginning of several decades of federal policy that attempted to uproot tribal sovereignty and force assimilation. With their nation's existence under threat, Vanderbilt's newly minted indigenous lawyers started their professional lives. They represented their nations in the federal allotment process. They started practicing in the tribal courts, often in partnerships with each other. One, Joe Goforth, started serving as a Chickasaw judge just a few years after graduating in the law class of 1897. They worked for and were elected to their tribal legislatures, and they served in Cherokee and Chickasaw administration as education superintendent, attorney general, secretary of the Treasury. They did what a lot of you will be doing: building private practices, representing individuals and businesses, working in all branches of government. All the while, Congress was trying to destroy their nations. What could these Vanderbilt-trained lawyers do about it? As legal representatives in the allotment process, it could seem as if they were administering the dismantling of their nations. But the lawyers were playing a key role in defending tribal sovereignty. They responded to an oppressive situation by dragging out the process, by forcing the parties that were taking away their land to do all the work that this required, by shining a light on the proceedings, airing them in public, and creating a record for future generations. At the same time, in private practice, they were deploying their expertise to boost the economic positions of their nations and tribal members. And just by being indigenous lawyers doing high-quality work, they were making the case for their nation's ability to govern themselves. Representation matters. Being a lawyer and participating in our democratic processes, even when they're slow or tilted against your interests or don't even seem that democratic, have effects that outlive any particular case and ripple far beyond the courtroom. In their first years of practice, these lawyers did crucial work, but in the lead up to Oklahoma statehood in 1906, Congress dissolve the tribal courts and legislatures, as well as most other vestiges of Cherokee and Chickasaw government. So what did the lawyers do then? They carried on with the everyday business of life and work. They formed new law partnerships and began new practices. They served as mayors of their towns. They worked in federal courts as clerks and commissioners. One became a state appellate judge. Another became a 9-term U.S. congressman serving on the House Indian Affairs Committee. They stayed in touch. They kept finding ways to work together. And many lived long enough to see Congress abandon its allotment and assimilation policies and embrace tribal self-government again during the New Deal era. Stepping back, what lessons can we draw from Vanderbilt's first Indigenous lawyers? I see 3 lessons. First, the important work of lawyers does not happen only in courts. Legal authority in the U.S. is split in so many ways among federal and state and local and tribal governments, among legislative, judicial, and executive branches, including many, many administrative agencies. And that won't change regardless of what the court has in store for Chevron. When some authorities tilt against us, one role lawyers have is finding other authorities that might give sanctuary to our claims, incubate them, let them grow and propagate. Cherokee and Chickasaw lawyers followed the contours of power, and they found it everywhere. Directly and indirectly, they helped their nations and their members keep their sovereignty claims alive. They gave their nations a crucial measure of capacity that outlived the most damaging policies Congress could conceive. By surviving and persevering, they left one of the most important legacies, had some of the biggest impact of any of our early graduates. Second, these lawyers show the importance of business lawyering and work that we seldom associate with rights and sovereignty and citizenship. Our routine work, the networks we've built in law school and will continue to build as we practice every day, is really important. Gives us the skills and experience, the vision, the platform to enable people to thrive and dream and imagine new possibilities for themselves and their communities. Last year, I had a meal with a wonderful graduate who runs a public interest nonprofit. And she said that 10 years out of law school, the biggest surprise was that so many of her Vanderbilt classmates whom she had walled off as big law had become essential partners for what she does. They're doing crucial pro bono work, they're funders and contributors, but just as importantly, as the Cherokee and Chickasaw stories teach us, they have a set of skills and tools that can help communities help themselves. Finally, I draw a lesson about time and how long it can take to achieve social and political change. Vanderbilt's first Indigenous lawyers practiced from the 1880s and 90s into the 1930s and 40s. Social change takes a long time, and there are no shortcuts. With every day, with every case, with every working connection and relationship and alliance that we make, we move forward individually and as a group towards larger goals. A single court ruling settles much less than we might think. Social, cultural, and political struggles go on for decades, for lifetimes, across generations. It's our job to have the patience and perspective to keep the long view in focus, to understand that the work that we do is cumulative, that saying our arguments out loud and refusing to submit quietly can yield victories long after any individual decision. So buckle your seatbelts. Law school happened in a glorious, intermittently masked and socially distanced blink. Now the hard part, the fun part, the best part begins. A whole life awaits you. I'm so excited that the class of 2023, this special class, is graduating. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to your parents and loved ones and children. What a wonderful day for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan. I'd now like to welcome to the podium my colleague, Dean Sue Kay, who will present graduates. Dean Kay?
We are here today to recognize and honor all of these graduates who have earned their Doctor of Jurisprudence degree and their Master of Laws degree from Vanderbilt. All of these graduates should be proud of what they've accomplished. Before recognizing each member of the graduating class, it is my privilege to announce the recipients of 3 of the distinguished awards and honors awarded by the law school. The complete list of awards appears in today's university online commencement program. I would ask that each recipient stand when, in this case, her name is called, and remain standing until all recipients have been recognized. The Founders Medal is awarded to the student in the graduating class who has attained the highest grade point average. It was awarded yesterday in the university commencement exercises to Molly Teague. The Weldon B. White Prize is awarded to the graduating JD student judged to have submitted the best research paper. This year's winner is Elodie Courier. And the Bennett Douglas Bell Memorial Prize is awarded to the graduating student who is not only well-versed in the law, but who, in the words of the benefactor, would strive to do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God, as did the one in whose memory the prize is given and whose name it bears, Bennett Douglas Bell. This is the only award whose recipient is chosen by a vote of the entire law school faculty. And this year's recipient is Elodie Courier. We will now individually honor the class of 2023. Will the first row of graduates please stand and come forward as directed? The following students will be receiving the Doctor of Jurisprudence and a PhD in Law and Economics. Scott B. Jeffrey from St. Louis, Missouri. The title of his dissertation is Workers' Rights, Studies of Their Public Knowledge and of Laws to Protect Them. Zachary Spencer Sturman from Plantation, Florida. The title of his dissertation is Cannabis Access Laws, Effects on Sleep, Car Accident, and Use Rates. The following students will be receiving the Master of Laws degree. Andrea Cardenas from Calcutta, Colombia. Bruna Cavalcante Suarez Bomfin from Campo Grande, Brazil. N.E. Chang from Shanghai, China. Qin Qin from Guangzhou, China. Feng Fin Chin from Yulin, China. Yijin Chin from Shanghai, China. Xiaoya Qin from Chengdu, China. Yijin Cheng from Shanghai, China. Liuan Dang from Luohi, China. Yijian Fan from Shenzhen, China. Yisen Gu from Shanghai, China. Shenyang Han from Shanghai, China. Xinyang Hu from Beijing, China. Sama Hu from Jinhua, China. Christiana Katsapi from Athens, Greece. Marco Antonio Ressler Langer from Curitiba, Brazil. Fan Liu from Dongguan, China. Cesar Arturo Martins Diobario from Panama City, Panama. Sky McKinley from Nashville, Tennessee. Makota Oshima from Kanagawa, Japan. Su Hao Ouyang from Zhengzhou, China. Agnes S. Pacheco from Tacloban City, Philippines. Yu Pan from Wuxi, China. Yin Ying Qian from Shanghai, China. Thiu Jin Ren from Zhangjiajie, China. Manat Sabharwal from Saharanpur, India. Shihi Xin from Suzhou, China. Hanshin Wang from Fushan, China. Jihan Wang from Benxi, China. Yi Wu from Hangzhou, China. Chunxi Shu from Zhejiang, China. Jia Shu from Guangzhou, China. Dianchen Yang from Shenyang, China. Hon Yu Yi from Kunming, China. Aitan Yu from Yangjiang, China. Hao Yang Yu from Beijing, China. Xiao Yu from Hangzhou, China. Yangshi Jiang from Xi'an, China. Haixin Jia from Changshan, China. Jiazhen Zhu from Shanghai, China. The following students will be receiving the Master of Business Administration and the Doctor of Jurisprudence degree. Serge Ellie Charles from Miami, Florida. Isaiah Ellison II from Nashville, Tennessee. And Robert Winfield Pierce from Wilmington, North Carolina. The following students will be receiving the Master of Science in Finance and Doctor of Jurisprudence degree. Ellen Claire Calais from Cutoff, Louisiana. John Rand Dorney from Atlanta, Georgia. Isabel Christina Florentino from Augusta, Georgia. Whitney Beatrice Ella Jenkins from Detroit, Michigan. Kendall Brooke Kilberger from Lake in the Hills, Illinois. And Zachary Robert Ryan from Joliet, Illinois. The following students will be receiving the Doctor of Jurisprudence degree. Wyatt Anderson from Annapolis, Maryland. Elizabeth Andriano from Gates Mills, Ohio. Elizabeth E. Anarino from Oaklawn, Illinois. Kathleen Ellett Arison from Marietta, Georgia. Austria Carol Arnold from Terrell, Texas. Mary P. Austin from Cary, North Carolina. Grant C. Baker from Skillman, New Jersey. Joshua Batat from Wellington, Florida. Carolyn J. Berman from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Alexandra L. Bernard from Knoxville, Tennessee. Jacqueline Marie Beveridge from New York, New York. Divya G. Bott from San Diego, California. Lauren N. Bitter from San Diego, California. Bria Ayana Black from Memphis, Tennessee. Jillian Blackwell from Brooklyn, New York. Elise Nicole Blegan from Kansas City, Missouri. Mary Pelton Blomquist from Towson, Maryland. Claire M. Bonvillain from Madison, Mississippi. Thomas D. Boynton from Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. Ian V. Brashler from Kenmore, Washington. George Bravos from Mount Prospect, Illinois. Kaylee Lynn Brillhart from Pineland, Florida. Lauren Hannah Broidy from Beverly Hills, California. Justin E. Brooks from Van Nuys, California. Angela L. Brown from Washington, D.C. Abhi Bookaputnam from Tampa, Florida. Christopher L. Burrows from Salem, Oregon. Skylar N. Burton from Branson, Missouri. Brandon Calderon from Arlington Heights, Illinois. Noah M. Camp from Bradenton, Florida. Helen C. Caruso from Durwood, Maryland. Mackenzie Serwick from Coppell, Texas. Tristan A. Cox from Flower Mound, Texas. Tony Alyssa Cross from Orlando, Florida. Elodie Orla Courier from West Hartford, Connecticut. Joshua Raphael Dahan from Reno, Nevada. Catherine Lucille Darden from Johnson City, Tennessee. Yash K. Datani from Princeton Junction, New Jersey. Vanessa L. Demerol from Boston, Massachusetts. Adelaide K. Dieterman from Nashville, Tennessee. Dean Anthony DeBello from Southlake, Texas. Jane Uchechi Dimwobi from Buford, Georgia. The following student will be hooded by Jack Moore, Emeriti trustee, Kelsey Elizabeth Donahue from Northbrook, Illinois. Jesse Dowdle, The Woodlands, Texas. Christopher Riley Dries from Toledo, Ohio. Tiffin Virginie Druad from Katy, Texas. Rebecca Earhart from Brooklyn, New York. Jake Epstein from Nashville, Tennessee. Osirimen Vanessa Eromosele from Montgomery Village, Maryland. Abby Feeney from the Woodlands, Texas. Benjamin G. Finkelstein from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Madeline Flynn from Red Bluff, California. Madison Frandina from Houston, Texas. David Charles Friedman from Bethany, Connecticut. Nina Fusco from Orlando, Florida. Sean W. Gierkin from Norwalk, Connecticut. Benjamin S. Geller from Tampa, Florida. Melissa Gertz Pryor from Miami, Florida. Grant Michael Gilbert from Nashville, Tennessee. Anna Colleen Goodnight from Houston, Texas. Jonathan R. Gorton from Huntington Beach, California. Abigail R. Greer from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Kelly T. Guerin from Holmdel, New Jersey. Lynn E. Gursky from Nashville, Tennessee. Blake Harrison Hallberg from Atlanta, Georgia. Megason Montgomery Hancock from Paducah, Kentucky. Danny H. Harris III from Memphis, Tennessee. Tasia Zenobia Harris from Brooklyn, New York. Madeline Vida Henschel from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mary Clark Herod from Houston, Mississippi. Morgan Elise Hess from Niwot, Colorado. Stephanie Michelle Higdon from Nashville, Tennessee. Park Alexandra Huff from Owensboro, Kentucky. Alexandra Frances Hume from Nashville, Tennessee. Samantha A. Hunt from Redding, California. Emily McKenna Jewell from Lakeville, Minnesota. Christine Amanda Jiha from Woodbury, New York. Ryan Stephen Jones from Austin, Texas. Kendall W. Jordan from Dallas, Texas. James Matthew Keenan from Park Ridge, New Jersey. Leah P. Keogh from Mullingar, Ireland. Sorry. Kevin R. Kennedy from Carlsbad, California. Jung Ah Kim from Seoul, Republic of Korea. Elizabeth Adria Kimbrough from Nashville, Tennessee. John August Kimmel from La Jolla, California. Madeline Ann Kincaid from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Evan T. Kowalski from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Carolyn R. Kraft from Lanikai, Hawaii. Glenn Krebs from Lexington, Kentucky. Mary Lindsay Krebs from Nashville, Tennessee. Katie Marie Lanphier from Nashville, Tennessee. William E. Lawler IV from Bethesda, Maryland. Paul Jung Hwan Lee from Ellicott City, Maryland. Spencer D. Lininger from Fair Oaks, California. Madison A. Lowry from Grand Ledge, Michigan. Bailey Morgan Malco from Winter Springs, Florida. Anya Michaela Martin from Atlanta, Georgia. Victoria A. Mayhall from Idabel, Oklahoma. Regina A. Mays from San Antonio, Texas. Molly M. McHugh from Richmond, Virginia. Lindsay Claire McDivitt from Memphis, Tennessee. Reagan Marie Johansson McQueen from Granger, Indiana. Timothy H. Melton Jr. from Barberville, Kentucky. Cole Glenn Merritt from Danville, California. Kylie Dawn Meter from San Clemente, California. Jamie Michael from Rogersville, Tennessee. Owen Fitzgerald Miklos from Hudson, Ohio. John R. Micey from Mequon, Wisconsin. Saya Hamza Mustafa Moinuddin from Cheshire, Connecticut. Tyler John Murray from Bedford, New Hampshire. Raghavendra Ranganath Murthy from Springfield, Massachusetts. Stephanie Nakash from Great Neck, New York. Susan Emily Ness from Traverse City, Michigan. Jackson Emilio Parisi from Williamstown, Massachusetts. Samuel A. Parson from Orland Park, Florida, Illinois. Ellen P. Pasquale from Summit, New Jersey. Lauren Lee Pacey from New Orleans, Louisiana. Zhe Chuen Pei from Chifeng, China. Anna Catherine Perry from Panama City Beach, Florida. Jana Leanne Perry from Manlius, New York. Olivia K. Pitton from Melbourne Beach, Florida. Catherine Galateria Pritchard from Baltimore, Maryland. Samuel Pugliafito from Boston, Massachusetts. Serena C. Quinlan from Laguna Niguel, California. Allison Nicole Ray from Havertown, Pennsylvania. Catherine Elise Richardson from Nashville, Tennessee. Savannah Roberts from Louisville, Kentucky. Melissa Ann Rolseth from Owasso, Oklahoma. Chase M. Rowland from Austin, Texas. Kate Greer Salibi from Florence, South Carolina. Blaine Franklin Sanders from Charlotte, North Carolina. Maria Rose Santangelo from Westchester, New York. Kristen Sheila Sarna from Tyler, Texas. Ryan Patrick Schaefer from Seattle, Washington. Reagan Patrick Schmidt from Mission Viejo, California. Paul J. Schwarzentraub from Knoxville, Tennessee. Garrett John Shortino from Irvine, California. John Hunter Scott from Greensboro, North Carolina. Davis Price Shagru from Glenview, Illinois. Matthew McCarty Small from Maitland, Florida. Alexandra L. Smith from Glastonbury, Connecticut. Jonathan Palmer Smith from Franklin, Tennessee. Kristen Marie Smith from Louisville, Kentucky. Sage Tavona Snyder from Jeffersonville, Vermont. James Sobolov from San Jose, California. Catherine Ann Spangler from the Woodlands, Texas. Harnell Cheyenne St. Cloud from Cap Haitian, Haiti. Georgina Adela St. John's from Los Angeles, California. Kelly Starnes from Spring, Texas. Ann Morgan Stevens from Nashville, Tennessee. Skylar Marie Stout from Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Henry William Strom from Portola Valley, California. Laura Melina Spurdlick from Miami, Florida. Joshua T. Swafford from Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Allison Noel Swecker from Roanoke, Virginia. Lindsay N. Talby from Leawood, Kansas. Laura Caroline Taylor from Duncan, Oklahoma. Mary Alexandra Dinnard Teague from Charlotte, North Carolina. Michael Howard Thorne from Lincoln, Nebraska. Madeline B. Toole from Winchester, Ohio. Laura Eve Travis from Franklin, Tennessee. Alexander Michael Tritel from Bethesda, Maryland. Thomas G. Vanderbeek from Somerset, New Jersey. Brandon Knopft von Kriegelstein from Loma Linda, California. Nirali Vias from Kearney, New Jersey. Alexa Morgan Waxman from Boca Raton, Florida. Emma Louise Walker from Wapakoneta, Ohio. Michael Herbert Walker from West Grove, Pennsylvania. Rachel Melissa Ruth Whitesell from Gulfport, Mississippi. Benjamin D. Wetzel from Martinez, California. Alexander Pierce Wharton from Carmel, Indiana. Cassidy Jordy Willie from Austin, Texas. Jonathan T. Winkle from Grand Rapids, Michigan. William Christopher Winter from Avon, Connecticut. Celia Margaret Woodhull from Medina, Minnesota. William Preston Woods from New York, New York. Avitha Sai Yalavirthy from Duncan, South Carolina. Marina Milad Halim Youssef from Nashville, Tennessee. Rebecca Erin Zawatratni from Tallahassee, Florida. The following student received the Doctor of Jurisprudence degree in December of 2022. Lei Ann G. Kentamabuhan from Gardenia, California. We would also like to recognize the following students not in attendance today. William Tidwell Anderson from Atlanta, Georgia. Christopher Schiavaroli from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Taylor Harris from O'Fallon, Illinois. Robert Aoki Havas from Montreal, Canada. Daniel William Hahn from St. Louis, Missouri. Graham Harsh Kazmirowicz from Birmingham, Alabama. Jacqueline Taylor Pittman from Greenwood Village, Colorado. Mariah May Windus from Ozark, Alabama. and Bikun Ying from Ningbo, China. I've been given a very important message, which is that all students should meet at 12:30 in Flynn Auditorium for class photos. And with that, the 2023 class of Vanderbilt Law School, congratulations. The graduation ceremony is now officially over. Thank you. The hooders were fast. There is champagne to the right of the tent, if you don't mind a little rain.